Hey, Coach, how are you?
Well, thanks.
All right, we'll get started here. If you have any questions to Coach, we're going to use the hand raise function, and I'll call on you. We'll start with Sam Purley.
Hey, JB, hope you're doing well. Last time you guys played Dallas, you held Luka to just 12 points and under 100 points as a team. What are you hoping to replicate from that game and bring it to tonight in the season series finale?
We just want to be aggressive like we were last time. Obviously he's an amazing player. He's a great talent. He's going to study the film. I expect him to be more aggressive tonight, and we got to be aggressive too. We want to dictate play. We want to be the aggressors defensively. We want to make them adjust. So I just want to see our guys overall be physical, be aggressive, be disruptive. If we have to adjust, we have our adjustments tonight, and we'll be ready to go.
Thank you.
Richard Walker.
Coach Borrego, this is Richard Walker with CarolinaSportsHub.com. Obviously, the 3-guard lineup seems to be working pretty good for you. When you watched film of that, what is making that happen? Because you had mentioned how you needed to rebound if you're going to go that small with those guys. Is that the only thing that's been working well, or are there other factors?
Well, LaMelo's taking all the rebounds, so I guess that it's working. He's just taking everybody's board. So, look, it's a small sample size, but I like that group together. Offensively, the numbers shake out in our favor. 3 dynamic shot makers, playmakers. They enjoy playing together. So obviously LaMelo helps with the pace and the rebounding, his size, his versatility. That helps that group because we've been small in the past playing, 3 smaller guys. Melo adds some size to that group. So I feel comfortable with them. But obviously we got to continue to defend when we're small, and we have to rebound as well.
Richie Randall.
Hey, JB, this is Richie. So your team has run the most zone possessions out of anyone in the NBA. Do you feel that by running zone, does that hinder your ability in developing man-to-man concepts at all?
It's a combination. We can play, I don't know what we're averaging, 15, 16 possessions of zone, we're still playing a ton of man. I get that. I know everyone's, consumed with our zone right now. We're playing a ton of man. That's only 15, 17 possessions a game. You're talking about over 100 possessions a game. We're still playing a ton of man. It should enhance our man at times. There's some principles that we follow in both the zone and the man. We just believe it's disruptive, and at times we're mixing up our coverages. I'm erring on the disruption more than anything. Our half-court man is still solid. I think in the half-court, we're still, top 5 in half-court defense. And that's not all zone, Richie. Most of that is man anyway. So I know there's zone sprinkled in. We played a lot more zone against New York. New Orleans, we didn't play the zone much until late in the 4th quarter. So our man is solid. It has to get better. It's what we have to be. That's where we have to hang our hat every night is in our man. But I think the zone is disruptive to teams, and moving between the two, I think, just enhances our overall defense.
Thank you.
Danny, go ahead.
Coach Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. Before I get started, I love the lineup, by the way. You gotta let me know who your barber is. First question, any changes in the starting lineup tonight? And number 2, we've seen what LaMelo has been doing since the beginning of the season. At this point, is it much more strategic or a better look for him coming off the bench, or have you looked at other options at this point?
Well, the lineup's the same. This is where we're at. This is where we started the season, bringing him off the bench. I feel comfortable with that right now. Whether that changes down the road or not, I don't know. Time will tell. But I like our rhythm. I like where we're at. We'll obviously look different with him as a starter someday. We're not there right now. So I'm just focusing on this group right now, our rotations right now. When we get to that point, we'll adjust. But for right now, this is what works for us, and I believe it's what's best for LaMelo as well and our team. So that's the decision I'm going with, and I'm sticking with it right now.
Brad Townsend. Brad, I think you're on mute. Oh, Brad,
They didn't have Porzingis, and
Hello,
hello.
Brad. How you doing?
Good. I'm sorry. Yeah, it shows me I'm unmuted. I appreciate it. 2 weeks ago, when you guys played, they didn't have Porzingis, but tonight they're also missing 5 players that they did have 2 weeks ago. How in the world did you scout for this game, and what element does Porzingis bring?
I have no idea what they're going to look like tonight. To be honest with you, I have no idea. We'll do and be who we are and adjust accordingly. I don't remember the last time we played against Porzingis, to be honest with you. I was talking to the staff this morning, and I can't remember the last time we played against him. Obviously a super talent, and he brings a different dimension to their offense and their defense. So we'll just have to adjust tonight. I don't know how they're going to use him, how many minutes he's going to play, whether he starts, is he going to play the 4, the 5? I don't know. We're just going to have to figure that out as we go. But we're going to see a desperate, hungry team out there tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Krista?
Hello, Coach. I would like to ask you, what do you expect to see from your players tonight, and how important for you as a team is to set the tone on defense and especially on the rebounds?
Yeah. Every night for us, it starts on the defensive end. That's who we have to be, a defensive-minded group. It sustains us. It has sustained us all year. Our offense is trending the right way, and we're going to get clicking here as we start to make more shots. But we hang our hat on the defensive end. That's where it has to start tonight. Our aggressiveness there, and to your point, the stop's not complete till we get the rebound, and we're not where we need to be on the board. We're better than we've been, but for us to get where we want to defensively, we got to limit this team to 1 shot. So that'll be a main focus for us again tonight.
Thank you.
Last question, I'll go to Hugh Hopkins.
Thanks, Maggie. Thanks, Coach, for taking the time to talk to us. The whole country and the whole world, people are dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. People have been dealing with it in different jobs. What is it like for the players and yourself as a coach at the moment? How are you able to stay positive and focus, and how are you able to keep the team and especially the younger players on the team who it's their first experience in the league, they want to come out and they've been dreaming about this for a long time. How are you keeping them excited and motivated when all these new rules are coming in from the league and things are changing constantly?
Well, we talk a lot about just staying present, staying in the moment, and that's not easy to do in this environment. I get it. It's very disruptive what we're going through, but we get to play a game of basketball. And I try to remind our guys that we're very fortunate that we work for a league and an organization that is keeping us safe, testing us. If this is what we have to go through to play a game of basketball, we can do this. There's a lot of other people in this world that are hurting, that can't get a test, that are sick, that are in the hospital, they can't get a job, they can't pay their rent. We get to do this for a living. So let's make the most of it. If there's a little bit of inconvenience with testing or being spread out or having to wear a mask, so be it. We get to play this wonderful game. We get paid to do this. And I just try to look at it through that lens. And I try to share that same perspective with our players. Obviously, it's not the typical NBA season that we're all accustomed to, but we'll get through it and we'll get back to that place someday. But we're very fortunate, all of us in this league. And I'm very fortunate. I'm one of those people. I'm healthy, I'm safe, I'm tested, and we just got to go play basketball. And if things happen, along the way, as we've seen throughout the league, we adjust, we pivot, and we'll get through it. But there's a lot of hurting people out there, and I recognize that. I want our guys to understand that and carry that perspective and play with the spirit of appreciation and gratitude.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.